Hey everyone, it's Monday, I'm Nina and this is Newsround. We have lots coming up today, including we find out what some of you are up to over half term and check out these amazing sand sculptures in this week's Happy News. First, let's head down to Cornwall to meet a one-year-old lynx on an epic journey to start an important new job in Germany. BBC correspondent Jonah Fisher followed her on her way to start a new life. Let's take a look.
Meet Kitten, the little lynx with a big journey ahead of her. Kitten was born here at Newquay Zoo in Cornwall and has been cared for by her parents, Kixie and Onyx, and keeper Tracy.
She doesn't really respond to me, but she does at least pretend that I'm there occasionally.
Since she was born, she's had consistent, healthy meals and hasn't had to experience the struggle of hunting for her own dinner. But then the zoo received a phone call, which will alter Kitten's laid-back life in Cornwall forever. Dina Gebhard works for an organisation that's trying to encourage lynx breeding in the wild.
I've seen that Newquay had one of the very few female offspring, so I asked Newquay if they would be willing to send her to Germany in one of the reintroduction programs.
A slightly nervous Kitten was boxed up and loaded onto a truck, bound for the beautiful Black Forest in southwest Germany. There's a small population of wild lynx here already. I'm joining Martin, Ava and Inka to see if we can spot any signs of them here.
Oh, look at that. To find a cat, we need a dog. Come on, let's go.
Wild lynx's main diet is deer, and Kitten must learn how to hunt for herself if she's to settle into her new surroundings. The lynx breeding programme here aims to balance the ecosystem, prevent overgrazing and naturally control the population of deer. After a journey of more than 800 miles, Kitten emerged to a special enclosure near the forest.
This enclosure is where the lynx will live for the next few months. As you can see, it's much bigger than where it lived at the zoo. While it's here, it will be watched very closely to make sure it can catch the food it needs to survive in the wild, and to make sure that it's going to stay away from humans if it gets released. That's important because if the lynx goes looking for humans, it can put itself in danger.
Watching on as Kitten strode out was Tracy, her keeper.
I didn't think I'd get emotional, but yeah, just seeing her take that step out, this is the dream. This is the real conservation work that we want to be able to do.
If all goes according to plan, Kitten will become the first British cat to go from a zoo to living in the wild.
Thanks, Jonah, for that report, and good luck to Kitten. Next, for some of you watching, the spring half-term holiday has started, and we've been asking online what your plans are, and loads of you got in touch. Blue Caring Koala says, I'm meeting friends and family and going on holiday and going to a concert. Wow, what a week for you. Bob says they'll be reading all of their favourite books. That is a lovely idea. It's Me Guys says they'll spend extra time with their sisters and family. Meanwhile, Isma says, I'm just going to stay at home. And finally, another news rounder says, it's my birthday in the holiday. I'm really excited. Well, a huge happy birthday to you from all of us here at Newsround. And thanks to all of you for getting in touch. Have a brilliant half term. OK, sport now. And it was the final day of the Premier League season yesterday. So let's find out what happened. Liverpool signed off their title-winning season with a 1-1 draw against Crystal Palace in their final home game. Mo Salah getting a late equaliser for the Reds. It was then time for the celebrations to start, and they will continue this afternoon with an open-top bus parade around the city to cap off a brilliant first season for manager Arne Slot.
We always felt we were able to compete, but to win it in the first season, yeah, of course, that makes me proud, and of course that's very, very, very special. To win a trophy or the league at any club, to win it at a club with so much history in such an important moment, winning the 20th league title, is of course very special for me as well.
Aston Villa say they will complain to the Premier League after what they say was a big refereeing mistake that cost them a Champions League place in their game against Manchester United. Villa thought they had scored when Morgan Rogers nudged the ball away from the United goalkeeper and slotted home. However, the referee blew for a foul, thinking the goalkeeper had two hands on the ball, though replays showed he didn't. Villa went on to lose 2-0, meaning they finished 6th and will play in the Europa League next season. Well, that defeat for Villa meant Newcastle secured a Champions League spot next season, despite losing 1-0 at home to Everton. After the final whistle, the team and fans celebrated as they finished 5th, clinching a return to the competition. And Chelsea secured their place in the Champions League with a 1-0 win at Nottingham Forest. It means Forest will also play in Europe next season with a spot in the Conference League. Meanwhile, in Scotland, Aberdeen took to the streets of the city to celebrate their cup win over Celtic on Saturday. It was their first Scottish Cup win in 35 years and guarantees them European football next season. Well done to them. OK, now let's get some stories to make us smile with the happiest of happy news.
First this week, who could be happier than Kermit the Frog? He gave a speech to students at the University of Maryland in the United States at their graduation ceremony. The famous Green Muppet had some very wise advice in his heartwarming speech.
Because life is better when we leap together.
Now from Kermit to his beloved Miss Piggy. Check out this amazing sculpture of the pink pig, beautifully crafted from sand. No bucket and spade used here. A group of artists gathered in the small Danish seaside town of Hundested for its 14th annual Sand Sculpture Festival. As well as Miss Piggy and actor Charlie Chaplin, there were scenes from famous operas, theatre shows and the circus, including this brilliant monkey. And from a sandy primate to some real ones, it was very happy news for these Barbary macaques at a zoo in Germany who have new twin babies, one for each to cuddle. A twin birth is rare for these endangered primates, so plenty to celebrate for the new parents and the zoo.
Thanks, Emma Louise. Well, that's all we've got time for today. Thank you so much for watching. You can head online for all the day's top stories. Have a lovely Monday, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye.